deep relaxation. Rubicon provides monthly membership to help on the road to wellness, with info and booking options at floatrubicon.com.
Looking for a way to unwind after your workday? Monday through Friday, spend your evenings with Harmony Soleil on C89.5 from 6 to 8 p.m. Harmony spins the hottest new dance tracks, gives away tickets to the hottest shows, and drops all the latest pop
Lesson
culture
6.
tidbits,
Action.
dance music,
Principle
insider
3.
knowledge.
Consciously choose to commit all my life in will with Christ's care and control. Happy are the meek. Matthew 5:5. Step 3. We made a decision to turn our lives and our wills over to the care of God. Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in the view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Think about it. Even after taking the first 2 steps, we can still be stuck in the cycle of failure. Guilt leads to anger, leads to fear, leads to depression. How do we get unstuck? How do we get past the barriers of pride, fear, guilt, worry, and doubt to keep us from taking this step? The answer is we need to take action. A. Accept Jesus Christ as your higher power and Savior. Make the decision to ask Jesus into your heart. Now is the time to commit your life to establish that personal relationship with Jesus that He so desires. If you confess with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised Him from the dead, you will be saved. Romans 10:9. C. Commit to seek and follow His will. We need to change our definition of willpower. Willpower is the willingness to accept God's power. We say that there is no room for God if we are full of ourselves. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. May your good spirit lead me on level ground. Psalm 143, verses 9 through 10. T. Turn it over. Let go, let God. Turn over all the big things and the little things in your life to your higher power. Jesus Christ wants a relationship with all of you. What burdens are you carrying that you want to turn over to God? Come to me and I will... Come to me and I will give you rest. All of you who work so hard beneath a heavy yoke, wear my yoke, for it fits perfectly. And let me teach you, for I am gentle and humble, and you shall find rest for your souls. Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30. It's only the beginning. In the third principle, we make only the initial decision, commitment to seek and follow God's will. Our walk with our higher power, Jesus Christ, begins with this decision and is followed by a lifelong process of growing as a Christian. God, who began the good work within you, will keep right on helping you grow in His grace until His task within is finally finished. Philippians 1:6. Oh, one day at a time. Recovery happens one day at a time. If we remain stuck in the yesterday or constantly worry about tomorrow, we will waste the precious time of the present. We can only change our hurts, hang-ups, and habits in the present. So don't be anxious about tomorrow. God will take care of your tomorrow too. Live one day at a time. Matthew 6:34. N. Next. How do I ask Christ into my life? Ask yourself the following 4 questions, and if you answer yes to all of them, pray the prayer that follows them. That's it. That's all you have to do. How to establish a spiritual base for my life by Pastor Rick Warren. Do I B. Believe in Jesus Christ died on the cross for me and showed He was God by coming back to life? Do I A. Accept God's free forgiveness for my sins? Do I S. Switch to God's plan for my life? Do I E. Express my desire to Christ to be the director of my life? Dear God, I believe you sent your Son, Jesus, to die for my sins so I can be forgiven. I'm sorry for my sins and I want to live the rest of my life the way you want me to. Please put your Spirit in my life to direct me. Amen. Write about it. 1. What differences have you noticed in your life now that you have accepted Jesus Christ as your higher power? still making poor choices. How has your definition of willpower changed since you've been in recovery?
Keep up with all things C89.5. Follow us on social media at C89.5 Radio.
We go in circles, you and me. We said the same things, but never what we mean. I know that you wanna play games, but not tonight, not tonight, not tonight.
How has your definition of willpower changed since you've been in recovery? Self-strength versus God's will has power in me. 3. What have you been able to turn over to God? Sobriety and sanity. Question 4. What do you fear turning over to His care? I don't know.
I know that we can't have it all, but I'd rather have this than nothing at all. And when you leave me, I'm alright. Not tonight, not tonight, not tonight. Just give me a taste so I know I'm alive. 'Cause I keep dancing on the edge of my night. On what's so wrong, that is right. Let's forget the world for one night.
What do you fear turning over to His care? I don't know. What is keeping you from turning them over? I don't know. What does the phrase "live one day at a time" mean to you? Don't worry about tomorrow. What is a major concern in your life?
You should tell a friend.
Mary and Christy. What's stopping you from turning it over to your higher power, Jesus Christ? He can't propose for me. Principle 3 verses. If you confess with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. Romans 10:9. If you had faith even as small as a tiny mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, move, and it would go far away. Nothing would be impossible. Matthew 17:20. Come to me and I will give you rest, all of you who work so hard beneath a heavy yoke. Wear my yoke, for it fits perfectly, and let me teach you, for I am gentle and humble, and you shall find rest for your souls. For I give you only light burdens. Matthew 11:28-30. Commit everything you do to the Lord. Trust him to help you do it, and he will. Psalm 37:5. Lead me, teach me, for you are the God who gives me salvation. I have no hope except in you. Psalm 25:5. Indeed, in our hearts we felt the sentence of death, but this happened that we might not rely on ourselves but on God, who raises the dead. 2 Corinthians 1:9. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. May your good spirit lead you on level ground. Psalm 143:10. In everything you do, put God first, and He will direct you and crown your efforts with success. Proverbs 3:6.